What up, what up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm MoedotJ. We are locked in. This is episode 14 of All American. Now, the show's been away so long, I almost forgot everything that happened. One thing we do know is Liv, she's back to drinking. She's actually getting help now. We know Crenshaw, they forfeited the game. But guess what? Everyone took a knee, so they didn't forfeit the game. And Jordan had to get cleared for concussion protocol so he can get back out here and start training. But before we get into this episode, shout out to the notification gang. If you're new to the channel, you'll be a part of this. Hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. So we pick up where we left off. After 2-3 week break, oh my goodness, it's too long of a break. But we have an exciting episode. Hopefully we get some football because the season is on the line, and that's what we want to know. Who's going to win state, Crenshaw or Beverly Hills? But I'm not going to hold y'all up. Let's jump into it. This is episode 14 of All American. We start the episode off. Our dog Spencer's in the gym. He getting big. What he got on there? 25 and a 15. So he's doing what? 125 to start off? Okay. Jordan comes in. Now, Crenshaw gym, this thing is terrible, people. I'm talking about you probably need a tetanus shot if any of these weights fall on you or you bump against anything. But Jordan comes in and Spencer's like, hey, did you get cleared? Did you see my therapist? And he's like, nah, man. But then he's just joking. But he's like, yeah, I actually seen him. And he has a different relationship with the therapist because that's how it is. They don't treat each patient the same way. But Spencer's like, man, I was about to say, because the only way I'm going to work you out and get you back together is if you were cleared because I want you to be healthy. So that's cool. They little beef, they squash it, they back together and they working out. We know Liv is back on track. She had her little drinking problem. We're getting through that. So they made her special donuts, little cinnamon donuts. And they're like, hey, since you've been handling yourself maturely, we don't want you to drive this week. Just hold out. Just do that for me. You know what I'm saying? Even though school's closed, we don't want you driving by yourself. You might hit that bottle or something. We just making sure. So Liv's saying, well, who's going to drive me? And guess who it is? Good old GW. And GW, he's like, let's get it. But the only reason he's doing this is because he knows there's a football game coming up. Grandpa Willie goes over to Billy and he tells him, hey, you got that playoff game tomorrow, right? He's like, yeah. He's like, if you lose, it's over with for Crenshaw. It's over with. And I got to be here to say my goodbyes. Pretty much he's betting against him, but he's just doing that to hype him up. If you tell somebody, oh, you can't do it, you can't win, they're going to play better. So that's all Grandpa Willie's doing. That's it. We get a knock at the door, and guess what? It's Mama Laura. Grandma here. We like, what? We ain't seen this lady. We don't even know what this lady does. But she's like, you got a lot going on? So I wanted to be here for you. We gonna find out if her mama's racist or not. That's what we gonna find out. Spence goes to the house, and he finds a list on the refrigerator. Like, what is this? 18, when we finally grown. Joy, pain, sunshine, rain. And his mom comes in. He's like, where'd you find this at? And she's like, oh, yeah, I had it stored off. But it's basically a list that him, Coop, and Sean said they were going to do all of this before they turned 18. But he says Sean is passed, and Coop, we ain't that cool. So this list, it really doesn't matter anymore. And Grace, she got this damn afro. She's telling them, Sean may have passed, but you and Coop, you're still alive. So whatever little beef you guys have, go ahead and squash that. You guys are growing older, and you don't want to ruin no friendship over some little stuff. Just talk it out, and y'all can get past this. Y'all know Grace is always going to look out for Spence, and she's also going to look out for Coop because no one's really in Coop's life like they should be. She has her parents, but she ain't really close to them. And she's off doing her own thing, talking about getting her GED. Just go to high school. That's all you got to do. You ain't recording that many songs you need to be missing school. We see the whole gang 8 years ago. So this is probably putting them at 10 years old. And they're like, man, we should do this. You're not grown. We should do that. And everybody's like, all right, cool. And then Sean says, my brother said, man, we can get tattoos and go to the strip club. Now, this is supposed to be Coop. I don't know, they picked the wrong kid because it looks nothing like Coop. But Coop is like, we'll do it on my birthday. Well, before my birthday because I'm the youngest. So they got that list together. We're going to see if they do any of them. See, I forgot all about this young lady. Now, you remember she got released, and the only person that she knew that she could go to was Layla. And of course, Layla said, oh yeah, you can come live with me, even though she didn't want her to. Now, they're walking around, and she's saying, I haven't talked to any of my family members since I got out. Layla's like, oh, okay, well, you can talk to me, especially since you're living at my house. You don't have anyone else to talk to. But then she starts talking about how Coop is doing good. She's like, oh, yeah, you and Coop, y'all album, that thing is nice. But Layla starts to break down, yeah, now we got Preach, though. He started off doing merchandise. Now he's a manager. And now he wants to have a little meeting, like a little team kickoff. So that shows you that Preach is actually trying to take this manager job serious. Like, okay, I want to bring my artist, Coop, and I want to talk to the label, Layla. I want to have both of y'all on the same page so we can see what direction we're taking. And this girl, she like, man, can I come with you? I'm trying to meet Coop, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, hell no, this is a business meeting. All right, I was wrong. I was just, feeling the temperature on Mama Lawyer. She's not racist. But what she is looking out for her daughter. Now, it turns out Billy's actually the one that called her. Hey, Laura needs some support. She's going through some things. He actually made mimosas and put them in the refrigerator because he knew she was pulling up. Now, what she's talking to Laura about is saying, hey, what you're doing, yeah, we want to lock those cops up, but really you need to worry about your protection. Going against the cops and all the power that they have, that's going to be tough. Because we all call it the justice system. It ain't. It ain't a justice system. It's the legal system, and the people have the power. Well, not the people. I mean the government. So she's telling her, hey, you need to watch out for this because you're going to become a target. If you're trying to prosecute the police department, this could be very, very bad. Now, her mom used to be a lawyer, and they called her Wendy or something like that up in Chicago. But she was doing her thing, so she knows a few points about the politics and what goes on behind the scenes. Spencer's in here. He's talking to a football coach. He's like, yeah, man, I've been seeing you. I'm liking what I see. I'm going to send you a little blurb of what's going on with the program. So Spencer's like, okay, thank you, sir. But he closes it, and he's talking to Coach Billy, and he's like, Coach, I can't be just meeting with these people. I'm looking for a scholarship. And Billy's like, hey, man, Toledo, they talking about coming down here looking at you. But Spence has to understand that it's not just getting a scholarship. You're going to have to meet with these people and talk with them. They can't just look at your footage and be like, oh, we want to get this kid a scholarship. They want to see where your head is. But Spence, he's just down and out. And he's like, man, I'm just worried about the football game tomorrow. If we lose this, we out of the playoffs. Football's over with for me. And plus, this team, they didn't kneel with us. Spence, who cares who didn't kneel with you? Just be glad that enough schools did kneel so y'all didn't have to forfeit. And y'all got a chance to play. But Billy's like, yeah, man, Westlake, they the ones that put my son in the hospital. So this is personal for me too. We all know how life goes in Crenshaw. It's never good for more than 5 minutes. As soon as coach comes out, they get word that Chris's grandma passed. She had a heart attack, so they didn't call a flight to Georgia. We lost quarterback 1 before the biggest game of our season. Now, Billy, I don't want you trying to call me talking about, Mo, we need you to come suit up because I'm too old for that now. But if I could, I'd sling that pigskin a quarter mile. Damn, Chris is out. Where's Darnell at? Damn, he out too. We don't even know where Darnell is. We got the real Spencer James in here. He's like, Coach, what are we going to do now? We done lost our quarterback. But Billy, he's already thinking about it. It's a young dude named Cash on JV. We need to bring him up right now and get him sped up on the offense. We got 48 hours or 24 hours. I don't know how long we got, but we need to get him ready for the game tomorrow. He's like, are you sure he's going to be ready? Well, that's the only quarterback they have. And my thing is, why would y'all be running so much of a different playbook for the JV that he wouldn't be prepared for this if y'all know y'all don't have any backup quarterbacks but a JV player? This is on Billy for this one. Your JV quarterback, he should have already been on varsity as the backup learning this offense. Coop and Preach, they in here chilling. They waiting on Layla, but they there doing artist and manager. You know what I'm saying? We got to talk a little bit before the label execs come in. Preach gets a call, but it's an unknown number, and he doesn't answer it. So I'm thinking it may be Mo looking for him since he curved her. But Layla sits down, and then behind him, we got roses, and we got balloons and stuff, and it turns out it's from Patience. And Coop is like, yeah, man, she's still on the road, but I'm just not really feeling nothing right now. Me and Spencer, we ain't cool. Patience is on the road, and, Sean is dead. Sean's been dead for over a year, and you ain't mentioned Sean since he passed. But she's like, I don't want to celebrate anything. So she gets up, takes her little gifts, and she leaves. Layla being Layla talking to Preach like, hey, man, we got to throw her an epic birthday party. He's like, man, no, we don't need to do none of that. But Layla's like, nah, she's going through a lot. She needs to be celebrated. So Preach is like, all right, I'll help you because you'll probably try to have her in a tiara or something. And Layla just sits back like, Preach knows he knows Coop. And he's like, man, she said she don't want to do that. Let's not do that. That's the difference between men and women. Like, you said you don't want to do it. All right, we ain't going to do it. We going to move forward. But Layla's like, nah, we got to do it. I want to see how this party going to be. I bet Spence shows up. But the football game is tomorrow too, though. Man, I don't know. So what they going to have her go to the Crenshaw game? They win and then they go celebrate? We got our man Cash on the field. I'm talking about he drawing back. He looking good. Interception. God Boy, we ain't gonna win nothing with this man Cash on our team. I said I wanted football. I wanted football, not this crap. Who is this? Get this guy Cash out of here, Coach Billy. Get him out of here. Spence comes over. He's like, dog, we got to get you sped up, man. The more we run this back, we can build up our chemistry. We only got today and tomorrow. We got to get this right now. Now, they're like, man, we didn't already practice tonight. Practice a lot. Cash says, man, I think I feel pretty comfortable. And if not, shoot, I just ask Billy. Y'all ain't trying to win. These people ain't trying to win. Billy, let me get out there. Let me coach him just for the next hour. Spence goes and meets with the recruiter from Toledo State. Now, I don't know if he's a real recruiter or not, but he came up with some J's on, some distressed jeans, a sweatshirt, tattoos on his neck. He ain't even got the team logo on the shirt. So I'm like, I don't know if you're a real coach or whatever. But he tells Spence, it looks like you and your team, you guys aren't gelling. Is this because Chris isn't going to be there tomorrow? And Spence is like, yeah, that's kind of it. But he tells him, look, I know exactly what's going on with you, man. Me growing up, it's possible to make it out of it. It was hard growing up. It was me, my father, and my two sisters. I had to take care of them. But to get your team together, they're going to go however you go. If you come out showing them you have the will to play, they're going to follow you, and they're going to try to win because you trying to win. So that's all you have to do is be you, do your part, and other people, they will follow you. Because you can tell that Spence is the leader of this team. I say it all the time. They either at the Beverly Hills little cafe or they at the Crenshaw cafe. But Grandpa comes in there, Jordan's in there doing his work, and Jordan's like, shoot, I'm going to the game tomorrow, Grandpa, because I got to watch Westlake. And he's like, oh, because Simone's ex is there, the one that put you in the hospital, the one that ended your career potentially? Jordan's like, nah, man, but I got the girl. And Grandpa's like, okay, but I thought y'all wasn't going to go through with that. Jordan says, nah. Her parents are going to go ahead and throw us a wedding. I'm really in love. I'm glad I found my soulmate this early. Now, I'm still against Jordan in this marriage and even being in a relationship with a woman that lied to you about the kid being yours. And then, oh, man, it's just so much. You have a bright future ahead of you, man. Don't let somebody bring you down. Fellas, young men watching this, if you got something going on in life, just follow your dreams. The women are going to come later on in life. If she's meant for you, she'll be there for you when the time is right. But if you in high school, don't do it, please. Preach pulls Spence over to the side at the Crenshaw Cafe, and he's telling him, hey, man, don't nobody know Coop like you know Coop, man. I don't know why y'all beefing and I don't care, but in your life, you're only going to have maybe 3 real friends in life. So you want to make sure that you keep them in your circle, because the moment you push them away, you're going to see how it is in this world. A lot of people aren't your friends. They're just your acquaintances. I got a lot of people I can hit up right now. Oh, y'all trying to go get a drink? But I wouldn't say that they're like my best friend or anything. It's only probably 2 people I know that I consider my best friend. And I'm sure it's the same with a lot of y'all. But he's just telling them, hey, man, don't ruin your friendship with somebody good over some BS, because y'all beefing over nothing. The evil guys from Westlake pull up on Spence and they going at it. Oh, you looking at film on us? You don't even deserve to be in the playoffs. Now, when I played football in high school, yeah, we used to beef with the other schools, but it was never no like this where we go, oh, man, y'all ain't ready. Forget it. We'll see on the field. We gonna handle it. But once the light-skinned guy leaves, you know, the baby daddy, once he gets up out of here, Cam is telling Spence, hey, man, you know, I ain't got nothing to do with everything going on in his head. And Spence gets upset talking about, why didn't you take a knee like we did, man, and show some love to Tamika? I support her, but I'm not taking a knee. At the same time, I got to worry about my future. I got to play football just like you do, Spence. I don't have all the publicity that you do. I already took money from a recruiter last year. You remember that? So my life in jeopardy is on the line. So just because I didn't kneel doesn't mean I don't support. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to be on the front lines. You don't have to risk what you have for everything to support something. But Spence is just, I'm going to see you on the field. And Cam's just like, it wasn't even that serious. I was going to say, man, I hope Chris's family get well. I was cool with Chris. But Spence just got mad. Coop goes to Sean's grave. Now, it says 2018, and when you think about it, that was 3 years ago when All-American started. But she goes there for for her birthday, actually, and she starts reminiscing. She says she talked to his daughter. She's getting big, and just like Coop, her auntie, her 2 best friends are boys. And she just brings up the list, talking about, man, when we were 18, we was going to do all this stuff. I just wish that you or Spence could be here right now to tell me happy birthday. So For her, that's all she wants is her two friends. So that's why I'm saying her and Spence, they need to go ahead and squash whatever beef they have and make it right. But R.I.P. to Sean, man. He got into some nonsense, but that's the way of the streets, man. Damn. We got a little flashback. We got the crew making the list, trying to figure out what we gonna do. All right, we got the strip club on there. That's a must at 18. Then they talking about, nah, we got to go bigger than that. How about skydiving? Because Sean said fireworks. Everybody looking, nah, we good on fireworks. We going to be 18. And Spence said, nah, man, I ain't doing that. I got to be on the ground. And Sean tells him, man, look, ain't nothing going to happen to you. We got your back. That's what friends are for. Y'all hear that? That's what friends are for, to have each other's back. Layla meets back up with her friend, and the friend is like, I know what you're doing here. You're trying to get all this information and be as best as you can because you don't want to lose Coop. You the super producer. This is your big artist. You on your way. And Layla's like, yeah, you right about that. But Preacher's going to throw the party. I'm still going to help out with it because I know I can do it. And the friend is like, look, let Preach go ahead and throw that party because he's the manager and that's his job. And she's like, you know what? You're right. But I am going to bring a lavish cake and all the party favors because that's what she does. She's the bougie one. Preach is going to give that street side, and Layla's going to come in and bring all the money and all the fancy stuff. Because I'm sure Preach probably would just say, hey, we're going to have some weed and some 40s. But Layla's like, nah, we ain't going down like that. This man shows up to talk to Laura, and you can tell he's about business because he came over with the suit and tie. And I couldn't hear if she called him AG or what, but it seems like he has something to do with the law. And I'm talking about he means business. Now, he said they're going to go ahead and go with the prosecution of them cops, but we also going to bring up charges on, listen to me, y'all. We're going to bring up charges on Liv for stealing government property and releasing that. That is illegal, and the law goes for everybody. See, kids, y'all jump into adults' things, and you don't know what's really going on. You stole this stuff, and you released it. That is illegal. That is jail time. And that could be a couple years. Let me sum this up for y'all real quick. They'll drop the indictments on these cops if Laura steps down from the DA. Now, her mama's talking about, oh, those charges will never stick. But Billy knows the system, and for a black person, they will make Liv's life a living hell. They will be on her non-stop for just the littlest of things. So, it's going to be tough. But Laura's like, if I got to decide between my career and my daughter, I'm going to take my daughter. I ain't got no kids, so I can say this. Y'all can have my daughter. I'm keeping my job. Nah, I'm just playing. I'm just playing, people. Liv heard the whole conversation, so she calls Jordan. It's like, oh my God, Jordan, mom's about to resign. He's like, whoa. Mom's about to resign? She's like, yeah, it's all because of me. And he's saying, well, don't do anything because mom's living with the decision that she made to step down and resign. Now she's resigning. She can get a job at something else. But a DA, that's like almost the top that you can get, especially for a lawyer, man. I don't know, man. I see kids ruining their parents' careers, but this is just taking it too far. Like, she's stepping down after all this work and all this money she invested in herself. But as a parent, I guess that's what you got to do. You got to stick up for your kid. Now, me personally, if I'm a lawyer, I'm like, look, my daughter is underage. I'm coming up with some kind of plea deal where it's like, all right, she'll get like community service or something, and this will be expunged off her record once she turns 18. But I'm not, man, I bet I would lose my job over something like this. Like, man, hell no. Jordan's calling, Grandpa, where you at, man? We going to the football game, man. Answer your phone. Billy comes out like, hey, man, look, I'm proud of you, Jordan, of everything you're doing. Let's just stay focused on what you got going on. Now, the two kids from Westlake, I don't know how everybody's just walking around the school in full uniform with cleats on, just in the hallway. La-dee-dee. If y'all don't get these kids back to the locker room, but Jordan sees them and he's like, ooh, man, I wish I could just slap him right in his face. And his dad's like, hey, man, just focus on you, bro. Like, don't worry about them. Another thing, gentlemen, don't fight over women. If it's the dude's ex, if it's his baby mama, what are you getting mad at him? It's his baby mama. Let her deal with her baby father. That ain't got nothing to do with you, man. Kid ain't yours anyway, and y'all don't even have a kid. Stay focused, Jordan. Liv is getting ready. She calls Shelby. It's like, I need your help, Grandma. Grandma explains her what's going on and what she did wrong. Now, Liv is talking about, I'm going to turn myself in. And Laura said, no. No, we're not gonna go ahead and do that because you're gonna have a felony. And like I said, I wouldn't tell her to turn herself in and get a felony, a community service or a fine or something. We ain't doing no felony. We get this expunged from the record at 18. But Shelby comes in, she's like, wait a minute. There may be a loophole in what you did. Cause Liv, she knows what she did is wrong. But when you got a lawyer for your mom and for your grandma, they're gonna find a way. All right, it's game time for the oldest football team in California, the Crenshaw Knights. Now, I'm going to tell it just like how my coach used to tell us before the game. I ain't got much to say to y'all. This is personal. We're going to go out there tonight. Special players make special plays. That's what we're going to do. We're going to get it. All right? So everybody do their job. We're going to go out there. We're going to get this W. You do your job. You do your job. I do my job. We win this game. Let's go get it. Y'all ready? Yeah. Y'all ready? Yeah. Crenshaw about to go out there. I mean, they got dudes on their team that look my age. I'm talking about the dude with the dreads. Gotta be at least 30. All right, we got a new quarterback out there, but we don't trust his arm yet. So what we do? All right, hi. Hand that thing off to Spence. Spence gets a running start. Boom, trucks old boy. We in the end zone. We up right now, 6-0, baby. You got the Toledo scout over there. Okay, just Spencer James. All right, we doing our thing. Spence looks over at the scout and he's like, all right, man, I got to go harder. And this is when people start to lose games, when they try to do too much. He runs over to the group. All right, y'all, if a play breaks apart, give it to me. Put it on my shoulders, man. I'm going to lead us to this dub. Whenever anybody's talking like that, they probably about to be buns. I'm talking about you can't trust them. That's like the person coming with all the gear to the court talking about, man, trusting me. Hey, man, if we play team ball, we can win this. But Westlake ain't playing around. They get that ball on offense. They do a fake pitch. Oh, my God, it's a reverse. He comes around the corner. He's shaking people. Number 21, diving and missing. Touchdown. We on the board. Westlake 7-7. I just told y'all we didn't trust Cash at quarterback. He drops back. Interception. He throws it into the double coverage, but at least Spencer got the tackle. Now, this game is about to be interesting because Spence said put it on his back. Play breaks down, give him the ball. Well, we throwing it to you. You got to go get it, Spence. You gotta go get it. But they actually called this kid Cash over the over the PA system. On the other hand, Westlake, okay, back of the end zone, little post route, easy touchdown. Westlake is up 14-7. Oh my goodness, it's getting ugly. But you gotta remember, Crenshaw, we got that girl kicker. We're gonna see if we're gonna use her or not. What I tell you, anybody that's doing all that extra talking, coach, put me in at quarterback, man. I'm your best chance of scoring. They gonna be buns and they gonna lose the game for you. When you do too much, that's when you start to lose. Coach is like, nah, look, next time you say something, it better be the big up Cash. We sticking with Cash. Cash, get in there and make it happen, man. We gotta believe in you. Plus, if we win, we gotta worry about the future of Crenshaw. Spence, you leaving, I gotta have me a quarterback. Cash, you might just be it. All right, we just hyped Cash up. Hike. Oh, it looks like he's trying to scramble. Boop, pow. Fumble. Westlake gets the ball. Scoop and score. They up 21-7. Oh my goodness. This kid Cash, bruh. Spence comes over and tries to pick him up. He slaps his hand and he has a little biatch in his voice. I guess you was right. Like, man, get your scary ass off the field, man. If you're going to be scared to play quarterback, then get off the field. You over here crying and stuff. It's just a fumble. It's just the first half. Come on, bro. I see why you was on JV. Now, I'm going to break down what really happened in the locker room and what went on here. Now, Spence comes in. Everybody's just hanging around, moping and stuff. You got the quarterback in the corner tossing the ball up in the air. Spence looks around and he's thinking back about when he was younger. He tells, hey, man, this is a kid's sport. I'm trying to have some fun. This is my last game. My bad for putting all that pressure on y'all. I'm trying to win this game and have some fun. Y'all trying to have some fun? Everybody's like, yeah. Now, in a real locker room during halftime when you getting beat 21-7, y'all would have been in here. Oh, man, we got to get this together, man. It's a kid's game. Coach would have came in and told Spencer to sit your ass down, came up with a real game plan, and got in somebody's stuff like, hey, we got to get right. We get beat out there. It ain't no time to let's come together. No. We'll worry about that at the end. If we lose this game, then you can say, hey, this is the last game. I had fun with y'all. Right now, we need to get focused. They put Spence in at halftime on defense. Okay. Boom. Interception. Spence is out there laying the wood. We got a pick six right off the bat. They giving us back-to-back plays. The next thing we see, Spence got the ball running into the end zone. That's his second touchdown tonight. I think it's 21-20 right now. I told y'all about that female kicker. She came out. The score is tied 21-21. Let's get it, Crenshaw. Last play of the game, Cash is scrambling out. Ain't nobody open. Spence comes back, gets a clean block on the baby daddy. Lays him out. Cash scores that game-winning touchdown. My boy just solidified his legacy. A junior or sophomore moved up from JV to varsity, scored the game-winning touchdown to go to the playoffs. Oh yeah, he the man at this school. Spencer stands over the baby daddy and says, "This one's for Jordan. This is for Jordan. Yeah, this is for Jordan and Simone and the baby, for everybody." And Jordan on the sideline. Your dad's the coach there, but you don't go to school here, man. Get off that sideline, man. You ain't no Crenshaw player. Get out of here. Dang, all that work. You did a good job, but the recruiter left in the middle of the fourth quarter. It don't matter. He's seen enough of the footage, and he'll probably hear, okay, Crenshaw, they won, and this is 2020, well, it's supposed to be 2019, according to the timeline of when Sean died. But, man, they got footage and everything. I'm sure this is recorded. He'll see what he needed to see. They do end up throwing Coop a surprise party, but when they get there, Preacher's like, "Oh, this ain't no surprise party. This is a GED kickback. So get you some food, relax. We're going to all help you study and open up page 1 of your textbook." Now, if Coop is trying to get a GED and she's only on page 1 in the textbook, she got a long way to go. That GED is harder than getting a high school diploma. You got to really be on top of it. But at least they're like, "Hey, we're not just here to BS. We're going to actually help you out, get this GED." They go to Grandpa Willie's house, and he didn't show up to the game because he's been thinking about his wife. Now, Billy's like, "Oh, man, you sent my mom away because she was getting sick." And he's like, "The reason I did that is because that's what your mom wanted. I didn't forget about your mom. I loved your mom, but she didn't want to see you watching her pass away. So she got sent out to Hopkins because she knew you was going to quit football and not pursue your career and your future." So him and his wife, they sacrificed their relationship and the end of relationship together so Billy could continue to do what he was supposed to do. And that's what loving parents are going to do that. They don't want their son to give up on what he has because they live their life. So they just wanted to make sure he's good. Now, Grandma Mary, GM, that's what we're going to call her, Grandma Mary. Jordan is like, man, he never met her. So he says she sounds like a strong woman. All he wants to do is, "Hey, Grandpa and Pops, can you tell me a little bit about her?" That's what it is. I mean, when I sat down with my dad, I didn't know much about my grandfather, his dad. So I just sat down and asked him about him. Sometimes you just want to know. Laura comes home. They like, "Surprise." And she's like, "Oh, what happened?" They're like, "I'm off the hook. They're not going to charge me." She's like, "Okay, good. But I still went ahead and resigned because I don't want to work for a system that's going to use a girl's pain against her to try to, fit their narrative. So I'm going to continue to do my fight and do what's right, but I'm going to have to find a different way." Now, she opens up her own law firm or goes and gets with a law firm. There's a lot more money there than what the DA can offer you because you charge an hourly then. That's where the big bucks are. Guess who shows back up? Our girl Patience. She done came off the road looking good too. Welcome back, Patience. Congratulations on the baby in real life, not on the show, people. But she shows up. Coop is real happy, and she's like, "Hold on, this is from Spence too." Spence just had that game, so he probably at the home icing himself down. And in this little bag, what was it? Everything that was on the list: skydiving tickets, fake money for the strip club, tattoos, and I voted little pen. So he didn't remember. He didn't forget the list. He remembered. 18th birthday. We got to get it all done. Now we know what the list meant. They were using code words. For joy, that was Obama. Voting joy. Okay. Pain, tattoos. Sunshine, skydiving. Rain, strip club. I'm like, okay, it makes sense. Y'all kids, y'all doing it out there. Okay, I like this little list. They all say what they're going to be at 18. Spence said, "Hey, I'm going to be playing football at UCLA. Coop said, "I'm going to be a rapper." Sean said, "I'm going to be alive." It's unfortunate, man. This is what happens a lot in the hood, man. Kids get killed for stupid, senseless stuff. But he's like, "Nah, my dream is to be hooping at USC." Him and his brother Brandon. Oh, man. Spence shows up at the birthday party. Preach looks at him. He's like, "Man, thanks for showing up, and giving her a gift." But he doesn't stay long. He goes to the house. And guess who's there? The recruiter. And when I tell y'all I'm good, Spencer like, "I thought you'd be gone." He's like, "Yeah, I left. I didn't expect you to have a big game. What I showed up to see tonight was, could you step up to the plate when it was time, facing adversity and getting your team together?" So I seen enough. Just like I told y'all, he left early because he already seen what he needed to see. We already know Spence can play football. So he gets to the house and he's like, "You know what? I'm officially offering you a scholarship." Grace, she starts crying. She's yelling, yeah. Spence, he's getting teary-eyed. You made it, brother. Now you got to go to the next level. Stay out of trouble. Make it to this next level. Let's see what you do. Oh, here we go. We see Preach leaving the little party, and a little girl pulls up like, hey, are you Preach? He's like, yeah. He's like, who are you? She's like, if you'd answer your phone, you'd know who I am. I'm Amina. I'm your daughter. First of all, you should have came up to him and called him his real name. Calling him Preach, I'm like, nah, you ain't my daughter. Called him, you no Preach. But, oh, here we go. All right, there you go. Episode 14 of All American. Let me know what you think about it. I know it was a lot to this. I had to make this one a little bit longer because, hey, we've been gone for a while. We had to catch up and pick up where we left off. But let me know what you think about Preach and his new daughter and how that's going to work out. But thanks for watching. I'm MoedotJ. If you like the content on the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.